Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and I wanted to give you a chance to see General Mike Flynn's plea deal because I think there's something hidden in it that most people don't realize is there. Anyway, here's the plea deal. As usual, I will make sure that you get the link down below and you can read the whole thing for yourself if you're really into those kinds of legal documents. But you can see that this is from the U.S. Department of Justice, the Special Counsel's Office, and it was dated November 30th, 2017. Here's his lawyer, and here's the case it was replying to. So you know that this is about General Flynn, and it talks about what he agreed to. But what I want to really take you to is I want to take you to page 5, because that's where things get good. Cooperation. Now, before I start, you got to remember that Flynn worked for Obama from 2012 to 2014. Those 2 years, he headed up the Defense Intelligence Agency, military intelligence, okay? He headed that organization up, and I will do a video just on General Flynn because Q talks about him a lot, and we'll deal with that in the other video. But for this one, I want to just give you an overview of what I think he's been doing all this time. If you look at this, it says, your client agrees to cooperate with this office, now remember that's the Department of Justice, on the following terms and conditions. Your client shall cooperate fully, truthfully, completely, and forthrightly with this office and other federal, state, and local law enforcement authorities identified by this office in any and all matters as to which this office deems the cooperation relevant. Keep in mind Flynn's background. What do you think this opens the door for, huh? Let's go on. Your client acknowledges that your client's cooperation may include, but will not necessarily be limited to, so he could even do more than what's here, answering questions, providing sworn written statements, taking government-administered polygraph examinations, and participating in covert law enforcement activities. Can you imagine? Flynn has been participating in covert law enforcement activities. Have you ever seen a plea deal like that? Yes, let's take the person who's guilty and have them work with us and become one of us in our covert law enforcement activities. Anyway, and of course it goes on and it says this is what you will have to do. Now this one is really fun too. Your client shall promptly turn over to this office or other law enforcement authorities or direct such law enforcement authorities to any and all evidence of crimes about which your client is aware. He worked for Obama for 2 years. He was in military intelligence. Do you think he may have seen a few things he shouldn't have seen? Or at least Obama hoped he didn't see? I think possibly he knew a lot of crimes that went on. It just is very interesting how this plea deal has him participating in covert law enforcement activities, and he's testifying about all of these crimes, all evidence of crimes about which your client is aware. He's working undercover. That's what he's doing all along. This is what he's been working on. So when they put him in there, I think it was to really take him out of the position he was in. First of all, the deep state wanted Flynn out of the way because they knew he knew stuff. He knows where the bodies are buried, and they wanted him out. And so that's why they set this up. And I think, when it comes out, it's going to be that Flynn is going to be exonerated. And the reason I say that is because of this document that I saw the other day. This is from the United States District Court for the District of Columbia. It's regarding his case. And look what it says. Comes now the United States of America by and through Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller III. So this is from Mueller. And the defendant through his counsel, and file this joint status report to provide the court with the current status of this matter. Now what's the matter? It's the matter of Mike Flynn being sentenced. He has not been sentenced yet. Remember, the plea deal was dated November 30th. So it's been a very long time and he's not been sentenced. In fact, this is the fourth time his sentencing has been put off. On July 10, 2018, the court ordered the parties to file a status report by no later than August 24, 2018. Due to the status of its investigation, the special counsel's office does not believe that this matter is ready to be scheduled for a sentencing hearing at this time. Now, I'm going to ask you, logically speaking, if Mueller is after Trump, wouldn't he want to sentence Flynn as soon as he could to stand as a warning for the rest of the Trump people that he was coming to get them? I mean, it makes no sense why he would put it off once, twice, 3 times, and a 4th time? It's unheard of. Why would he do that? Well, look at what it says. Accordingly, the parties respectfully request that they provide a status report within 30 days, no later than what? September 17th. Now, if I play it right, this should come out on September 17th. So maybe we're going to see something happen. They shouldn't be putting it off anymore. I'm telling you, if you look at it logically, there's absolutely no reason in the world Mueller would not want to nail Flynn and put him away for years. I mean, look what he did to Manafort. Don't you think Mueller would like to have Flynn out of the picture? See, something else is going on, folks. I'm telling you. And I think what's happening is Mueller is in on it, and he is biding time until all of these emails and everything Congress is asking for, the FISA warrant and everything, gets declassified. And that's coming up very soon. But something's going to happen on September 17th, evidently, because that's when we're supposed to find out something about Flynn. Well, what do you think that's going to be? I think personally that the reason they put it off 4 times is because Flynn just wasn't done testifying. I mean, we have 51,000 sealed indictments on dockets. That's a lot of testifying. I'm sure he didn't testify in all the cases, but I would think he'd be a star witness in some of the high-profile ones because, remember, he was Obama's head of the Defense Intelligence Agency for 2 years. He knows. He knows where the bodies are buried. So that's what I think Flynn's been doing, and I'm anxious to see what happens on September 17th. Thanks for stopping by. See you later.